name's Jason Carter. I'm a member of Bike Winnipeg, and I was a former president of the Manitoba Cycling Association. We are here in Bike to School Month just to talk about what happens when you get to school. What do you do with your bike? Do you just leave it on the ground, or do you lock it up properly? And so I'm going to demonstrate a few things about locking your bike, and then we're going to have a look around and see what's going on. First thing is, I'm going to pick a spot, a nice spot with a nice, good, solid steel rail here. These little tiny ones are a little bit difficult. The second thing I'm going to think about is trying to get both wheels locked up. You want the frame for sure, that's most expensive. The back wheel is second most expensive. The front wheel is really a pain if somebody rips off your front wheel. So I'm going to, in this case, I have two choices. If I had another cable, I can go around the front wheel. But right now I don't, so I'm going to have to take off my front wheel, put the bike on the ground, put this front wheel really close to the back one right there, and then wrap the chain around everything, making sure I get both wheels and the frame and the support. So it's going through one way, around the support, around the frame, through the back wheel, not just the spoke in the back wheel, and put that together on the back. Now my last problem is all these little gadgets and things. These can walk off very easily. So I've got a GPS because I'm going for a training ride here. I want to take that off. I also want to take off this pump. And this is actually a fairly decent pump, about 50 bucks, so I want to take that off as well. So here we have two different bikes here that really represent a complete change in how to lock these things up properly. This is really very good. The front big lock is around the frame, it's around the front tire, around the metal strut, and then we have a wire going around to the back wheel so that you can take secure the back wheel as well. The back wheel is pretty hard to get off on this bike because of the single speed there, and it's really well done. It's a nice simple bike with flat pedals. This is an A+ job. Next to it over here, we've got a lot of problems. We have a nice big lock over here, but there's a little bit of rust in here. I have no idea. You can probably pry that off with a good bar, but there's nothing on the front at all. And this happens quite a lot because you lose the front wheel with this quick release, and you're stuck. You're stuck in a rather dark spot. The other problem here is the helmet. The helmet is outside, collecting all the UV rate that's coming through. It's becoming brittle. That means it's going to be useless. And now here we have a Zucchini. Zucchinis were dumped into Winnipeg in the early 80s. The original price of these bikes was $140, but now they're being reused for very, very good commuter bikes. He's turned this into better handlebars and moving it around a little bit. There's some little structures on this. But the big thing about this is this absolutely useless lock. You know, this is a combination lock from a locker, and this cable is easily clipped from, you know, household tools. So suddenly this fellow is going to be losing his nice commuter bike and be stuck here. This is a D fix at best, perhaps even a fail. Here we have the front lock with the frame and the front wheel on a decent U-lock over here. The back wheel is not locked up at all, and it's a quick release, so somebody can steal the back wheel. They've taken the seat, which is good. It may be an expensive seat. Water's going to go down there because it's not covered, it's going to cause some problems there. But the big thing is these panniers. You see how I can take it right off, no problem. And this is a pretty high quality waterproof pannier. It's great for carrying computers. This would be great to rip off. So in all, this is probably a C- at best. Well, this bike here is a definite B+ level locking here. She's done a good job with a decent lock, a great lock on the frame and the front wheel. But what's noticeable here is she's got a nice suspension seat post, and she knows that the saddle is worth a lot of money. So she's taking the time to take a cable lock and go from her back wheel up to the top of the seat. Now, there's a little bit of problems getting it off and getting the back wheel off and still walking away with a bike, but it's a very good job compared to what we've seen here today. So I'd say B+. So we're we're all done here, folks, and just about to go. This is a pretty heavy lock, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be back here, so I'll just leave it on the rack. You're going to have to steal the lock in order to take it. And hopefully you guys enjoy your Bike to School month. See you later.